Hi, hello everyone out there. Welcome to another class on O numbers. But today we aren't going to be counting in million. We are not going to be writing in words. We are not going to be writing in figures. Instead, we are going to be looking at highest common factors, otherwise known as HCF. HCF in its acronym, HCF, highest common factor, is the greatest number that can divide, the greatest number that can divide a given set of numbers, the greatest number that can divide a given set of numbers, say 12 and 24, for example. What is the highest number that can divide 12 and 24 without leaving any form of remainder? But in finding highest common factor, there are different methods you can apply. You have the factor method, you have the prime factorization method, then you have, of course, the division method. But I will be starting with the factor method because that's the most convenient method for those in lower grades. Those in lower grades, say grade 3, grade 4, grade 5, grade 3, grade 4, grade 5 to a little bit. Then from grade 5, 6 actually to the secondary school, you need to know the method 2 and method 3 because these are the most convenient ones for larger numbers. So these are the most convenient one for larger numbers. So for the factor method is convenient for smaller numbers. That is why it is being recommended for lower grades. So let's dig deep. Let's go further. Starting with the factor method, we are beginning with factor method. Now we are being asked to find the HCF of 12 and 24. Let's say we are being required to find the HCF of 12 and 24. So when you are using factor method, the first thing you need to do is to find all factors of the given numbers. All factors, get my statement very clear. All factors, not some factor. All factor, because it is the highest factor that will be the HCF, that will be the answer. So if you end up just finding a little factor of this particular number and then find a little of the other, you may not get the accurate answer. So it is very advisable you find all factors of the given numbers. So we find factors of 12. We also find factors of 24. When we are done, we find the common factors, and from the common factors we get the HCF. Find out two numbers that are being multiplied together that will give you 12. Starting from 1, two numbers that you multiply together that will give you 12. So 1 times 12 is 12. Then you go to your 2 times. 2 times 1, 2. 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 3, 6. 2 times 4, 8. 2 times 5, 10. 2 times 6, 12. You also write that down. 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 3, 9. 3 times 4, 12. 3 times 5, 15. Remember, I've just passed 12. 3 times 4. Go to 4 times 1, 4. 4 times 2, 8. 4 times 3, 12. Now, you can observe that we just have a repetition. We had 3 times 4, and now we have 4 times 3. At this point, you do not really need to continue. All you need to do is to repeat the others. We've already have a repetition of 3 times 4, right? 3 times 4 is repeated as 4 times 3. So in mathematics law, we call it commutative law. So 3 times 4 is actually the same thing as 4 times 3. So it means 2 times 6 is the same thing as what? 6 times 2. And then 12 times 1, 1 times 2 is the same thing as what? 12 times 1. Now, therefore, it's either you pick all the numbers at the left or all at the right, the same thing. Because the numbers at the left, they are in ascending order. So let's pick the numbers at the left hand side. At the left hand, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. Now, these are all the factors of 12. Same thing we are going to do with 24. 1 times 24 is 24. Now you go to your 2 times. 2 times 1, 2. 2 times 2, 4. Times 3, 6. Times 4, 8. Times 5, 10. Times 6, 12. Times 7, 14. Times 8, 16. Times 9, 18. Times 10, 20. Times 11, 22. Times 12, 24. That's 2 times 12. 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 3, 9. 3 times 4, 12. 3 times 5, 15. Times 6, 18. Times 7, 21. 3 times 8, 24. 4 times 1, 4. 4 times 2, 8. 4 times 3, 12. 4 times 4, 16. 4 times 5, 20. 4 times 6, 24. 5 times 1, 5. 5 times 2, 10. 5 times 3, 15. 5 times 4, 20. 5 times 5, 25. It's already above 24, and there was nothing that, no two numbers were multiplied to give it 24. Under 5 times, it means 5 is not part of the factors. We go to the next number, which is 6. 6 times 1, 6. 6 times 2, 12. 6 times 3, 18. 6 times 4, 24. Of course, 6 is a factor. Now, observe a repetition. 4 times 6 has been repeated as 6 times 4. Now, we did not just repeat based on assumption. We repeated based on findings. We found the numbers that could multiply together, and then we observed that this was a repetition. So you don't just assumingly repeat. You repeat according to the findings that you have made. So right now we have a repetition. So we can easily repeat 3 times 8 to be 8 times 3. So, of course, 2 times 12 to be 12 times 2. Done. 24 times 1. So, like I said, the numbers at the left-hand side are in ascending order. So, we pick these ones. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. So, obviously, these are all the factors of 12 and 24. These were found by, first of all, finding all the two numbers that can be multiplied together to give you the number involved. So, it was not by assumption. It was not by guesses. It was by finding. So, it is when you find them out, that is when you can get all. You don't just guess. You try to work them out. So just so you will not spend too much time, you take note of the repetition process. Once a set of number is repeated, it means you can repeat the other words, multiples. So now we have the common factor. We have 1 here, we have 1. We have 2, we have 2. We have 3, we have 3. We have 4, we have 4. We have 6, we have 6. We don't have 8, but we have 12. So therefore, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. So from this, the highest common factor is 12. Isn't this interesting? Yes, it's so interesting. So if you go through a process, you will actually land well. But if you jump over a process, likely you fall into a ditch. So I always advise you go through processes. You don't jump over. Yeah, there's a point where you become an expertise. Yes, of course. I can do this without working this out. But I did this because this is the process you need to undergo before you become an expertise. So you go through this process and then you will get the accurate answer. Like I will always say, when you have a question, you drop it at the comment section. If you need us to proceed with more examples, you also let us know, and then we'll push it further. Just before that time, stay strong, stay studious, and always know that you are the best. I love you all. God bless you.